Hello people of YouTube, it's Deepak here, and welcome to the DCS news for the 16th of September 2023. I hope you're all doing very well indeed. Terribly sorry that I was unable to produce a tutorial this week. I sadly knocked my water over all over my keyboard and then ended up spending quite a lot of time basically rebuilding my keyboard so that I could get it working. I now have everything apart from comma working. I'm going to need to get a new switch for that one. So yeah, I ended up spending most of my time fixing my keyboard and then ran out of time to actually record an episode. I was originally planning to do a bunch of filming tomorrow in any case, because I have a couple of bigger videos that I've been intending to publish soon. So you may well find that you get some bonus Deep Hack content tomorrow instead. We'll see how it goes. Welcome to the stream, Tog. Welcome Tea Kettle Barbecue, Charts, Storm Kimbari, Pink Floyd, Fair FM, FA18 Super Hornet, Only Napalm, Pink Floyd, My Gift to You. Oh, yep, this is why we don't keep water next to the keyboard. Hello, Truels. Yeah, it's I always have water on my desk because I like to be hydrated. You need to keep hydrated, and this is the first time that it's ever gone terribly wrong like this. So hopefully this doesn't happen again. I did damage some of the switches with the water, and so I've had to swap them around and replace some, but even after doing that, I'm still one switch down, so I'll need to figure something out. But in any case, the show goes on. Orleans Junkie, welcome. Byron Farrow, welcome. Welcome everybody. We've got some interesting bits and bobs of news this week, so let's get stuck straight into the Eagle Dynamics newsletter. Dear fighter pilots, partners and friends, thanks to all of you for joining us in the celebration of our 15th anniversary year, and to those of you who took advantage of the huge savings in our anniversary sale. Congratulations on a great purchase, and thank you. For those of you who haven't seen the sale, take a look here, and remember, there are only a few more days left to go, so please don't miss the opportunity to pick up something really special for an exceptional price. Shop now. Oh my. Please take a look at our third-party partner, Check 6 Simulations, and the steady progress on their upcoming DCS PC-9/A. They're finalising both the cockpit and external 3D models, and we're excited to share some development screenshots. They use plural, they say some, but in fact there's one image. So, not exactly some, but definitely a screenshot. This is really cool. It's going to be very cool to see a full fidelity turboprop in the game. We of course already have the Super Tucano, but that's a community mod. Although I have to say a fairly good one, at least the avionics I really like. I don't know how accurate the flight model is, but it's a lot of fun to fly, and this is obviously a very, very similar aircraft to the Super Tucano. So, yep, could be a good laugh. Trolls, you can get a baby cup that can stand up every time it's tipped. Much like Weebles, it will wobble, but it won't fall down. Fair FM, keep your water in your cup holder during flight. Or a beer hat, says Tog. Yes, maybe that would have been a better idea. Yeah, like I said, very, very strange thing. I almost always have a drink on my desk, and I have never before knocked it over. So maybe it's old age. Maybe I'm getting clumsy in my old age. We wish to congratulate Roughmaster Liveries on their Belgium Air Force 8,000 hours livery. This livery is truly unique and will soon be available for all. Check out the story below. Don't miss the sale. Thank you for your passion and support. So, 15 years of DCS, 60% off sale. The 15 years of DCS sale will soon be coming to a close, and we'd like to thank you all for celebrating our 15th anniversary with us. None of this would have been possible without you, our faithful and loyal community. They're always talking about faith. They always sound like priests. The sale will end on the 17th of September, which is tomorrow, at 1600 GMT. Please do not miss this grand opportunity to lock in some of our most popular models, including the DCS FA18C, DCS F-16C Viper, DCS AH-64D, all with a whopping 50% discount. I continue to mention this, but I find it odd that the Boeing aircraft have had their names taken away. So we talk about the FA-18C without adding Hornet on the end, and again H-64D without adding Apache on the end. But the F-16C is the Viper. So yeah, I don't know why Boeing has a problem with names. Weird. PC-9/A development progress. We are pleased to announce that Check 6 simulations are making... This is exactly what they said above. In parallel, they're also working on the flight model. So it sounds like they're... This is a different picture as well. Okay, so there are two images. Weird, but then when you go to screenshots, there is only the one. Well done, ED. You're hiding the screenshots from us. But yeah, it's clearly a fairly early stage of development, because here we are looking at untextured models, and they're talking about working on the flight model in parallel. So I would suspect we're not going to see this one for a little while. But you know, it's a two-seater, it's a training aircraft, it's a turboprop. I believe it can be utilised for kind of light CAS style operations as well. I think this looks like a cool aircraft. This is the kind of thing I like to see in DCS. Things that are a little bit different, a little bit interesting. Things like this and the Chinook, Super Tucano, Harrier, of course. You know, these are all slightly different, slightly interesting aircraft than your usual, you know, swept wing, high speed jets. It's nice to see this stuff. Tier 0, the Mi-8 was great value. I picked one up after watching hours of Ryu 1940 fly the Enigma server on his channel. Yeah, actually, I've watched him doing that. It's good videos. Good videos on that he has. FA-18 Super Hornet, do they do discounts on Christmas too? Oh, wow. You've clearly not been around DCS for very long. They do sales like every few weeks, it feels like. You know, there's an Easter sale, there's a New Year sale, there's a Christmas sale, there's sales for every occasion. So don't worry if you're wanting. Well, either buy something before the end of the sale tomorrow, or wait for the next sale, because there's always another sale. I'm one of those idiots who just buys aircraft when I want to fly them. I'm never paying any attention to when the sale is on. It would make a lot more sense to actually wait for a sale, and you never have to wait very long. With TCS, there's always a sale. TOG, Apache is considered derogatory to Apache people, supposedly. That was an argument that I heard, anyhow. Okay. Right. Calling a helicopter an Apache is... I don't know, I don't see how that's derogatory towards native people. But, hey, you know, I know nothing on the subject, so if anyone does know about the sensibilities of Native Americans, then tell me that I'm an idiot and I should stop using the term, and I will. But yeah, but then Hornet, it doesn't really explain Hornet. Why is it bad to call an aircraft a Hornet? Pink Floyd, Hornets find the Hornet offensive, yes. Probably. Well, if we called it a murder hornet, maybe they'd be upset. Moving on, Roughmaster Liveries, F-16C Viper livery. Roughmaster Liveries has created a special skin to represent the FA-95's 8,000-hour service limit milestone, and to honour all those personnel that made this possible. The livery made its debut in DCS, and we'd like to extend Roughmaster's thank you to the Belgian Air Force, Kleine Brugge Air Base, and its commander, as well as Tiziano R, Bram T, Robin Meus, 349 and 31 squadrons, the Key B paint shop, and the plotter section in making this happen. The F-16 in the picture above was delivered to Belgium in 1985 and flew from the Klein Brugge and Florennes air bases during its career. It was deployed in Kosovo, Libya, Afghanistan and Iraq, as well as for QRA air policing duties in the Baltics. Because of the excellent care and maintenance by the BAF crews, this plane managed to fly right up until its structural design limit of 8,000 hours. On the 8th of September 2023, FA-95 flew its last hour as part of a 4-ship demonstration with the Belgian Thunder Tigers from 3-1 Squadron. The plane will be used to train the next generation of engineers and maintenance personnel. The Global Viper scheme will soon be available from the user files section on our website. This one, they actually had a little picture of the real aircraft being painted, so isn't that cool? Nice. F-18 Super Hornet, thanks. I got into DCS not long ago. Aha. Tog, they raised a huge fuss about the whole Red Sox thing recently. Lots of sports groups are having that. Was even lampooned in South Park, I believe. I guess the Red Sox, though, I'm familiar with that, and that's a little bit different because they have you could argue, quite a racist logo. So it's not, in the case of the Red Sox, I don't think it's really the name. I think it's the kind of racist image of a Native American used in their logo, I think is more of a problem. In any case. Leonetzel, good evening. Fair FM, talking about the Killing Hornet. Did you see that thread where someone shows differences on carrier takeoff attitudes between cold starts and hot starts? What? No, I did not see this. Differences on carrier takeoff attitudes between cold start and hot start. That's very, very interesting. So we're seeing some kind of variation there. Troels, that is a wonderful achievement, and kudos to the plane developers and the BAF. Yep, very much agree. Very, very impressive that they got it working perfectly. Well, probably not working perfectly, but anyway, thing was flying through all of its 8,000 hours. So, thank you again for your passion and support. Yours sincerely, Eagle Dynamics. Moving on, we have lots of videos, or we've had lots of videos from our man Matt Wagner, Daddy Wagner, uwu. Last week we talked about the F-16 Datalink video. This week we learn all about harm targeting with TDOA, which is coming soon. I believe this is in the next open beta update. He demonstrates how all of this works in the aircraft. It's very, very cool. It basically means that you can network, I think, up to 4 aircraft, if I remember correctly, and use them to very, very accurately pinpoint the location of a radar emitter, as long as all of them are equipped with the HTS pod and they are all data linked together and they're correctly configured in the mission editor. This can't be configured in the aircraft, as I recall. So in the mission editor, or am I wrong? Am I wrong in that you can actually enable this in the aircraft? Actually, maybe you can. I can't remember. Tog, sorry, was totally off topic. Just thought I'd bring it up. It's the only thing I could think of for the removal of the whole world Apache. Doesn't explain Boeing missing, though. Yeah. Oh, actually, here we go. Yeah, you can, in fact, configure this in the cockpit. I was getting mixed up. So yeah, you define which aircraft should be part of your network for the purposes of doing this, and then he moves into the next scene where he demonstrates this actually in action. So we now have some additional symbology on the harm targeting system, sorry, the HAD, the harm attack display, in the event that you have the HTS pod. So if I fast forward this a little bit, you're going to see that eventually we get some indications from the other aircraft that they are in fact picking up the site and refining its location. Let's see what happens here. Very, very cool to see this come in, because this is quite advanced technology, and it's one of the major things that makes the F-16 a great wild weasel. There you go. There are the dotted lines. So we have dotted lines, and you can see straight away the accuracy has already gone all the way to PGM1. So we have very, very high accuracy on that location now. As to where the site is, thanks to our wingmen sort of flying further out and getting greater angular resolution, I guess you would say, on the location of the site. So very, very cool to see this. This is actually a system that's also present in the JF-17, although the JF-17 doesn't make use of the data link. It simply has a pod with multiple antennas inside it, and it does some complex calculations. I would imagine this system is more accurate. The system you have in the JF-17 requires your aircraft to collect quite a lot of data. I haven't tried it out, but I believe the ELINT pod in the Viggen is also capable of similar kinds of tricks with regards to recording emissions and calculating positions. But in the case of the Viggen, that's something that you decode after the mission. You kind of fly your track and then you come back home and take a look at the data after the fact. Whereas, of course, the F-16 and the JF-17 can both do this live. Yes. Mountain Man Simulations also noticed that DCS World is simply DCS now. Yeah, that's true. John Bluer, welcome. I'm flying whilst watching Peak DCS Immersion. Well, Peak DCS Immersion would be if you managed to get me to come up as a video feed on your targeting pod or something similar. Then that'd just be amazing. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, so we had this video, harm targeting update with TDOA coming soon from Matt Wagner. He then also released another video this week where he demonstrates the same kind of data link updates that we saw on the F-16 being applied to the FA-18C Hornet. I'm going to call it the Hornet. Boeing, please don't come after me. So, I think in this intro he basically talks us through all the same stuff as we saw on the F-16. You set it up in the mission editor in much the same way. You've got the ability to set your voice call sign label and your voice call sign number, just like we did in the F-16. STN numbers being very, very important as well. And then a little bit further along, you can then actually build your network, which is pretty cool. Yeah. You can also set all kinds of different channel settings and things like that. Transmit power is also configurable. So this is good to see. Nice to see this additional detail and realism in the simulation of the Datalink. Hopefully this will come to other aircraft that are Datalink equipped, like the F-15. I'm trying to think, what other aircraft do we have that are Link 16 capable? I'm right in thinking the F-14 is Link 4. In DCS, although I guess we use gateways to kind of get Link 16 data onto Link 4. Let me think. Yeah, I don't think we have any other Link 16 aircraft, now that I think about it. GF-17 is Link 17, which is a proprietary system. And I think that's pretty much it in-game, yeah. John Bluer, I hit sensor select switch right 7 times, and for some reason I got feet pics in my inbox from you. Well, that's it. That's the secret, isn't it? DCS hacks. So, in any case, our man Matt Wagner demonstrates the setup in the mission editor, and now he shows us that in the situational awareness page, we can see all of our donors and flight members. He even shows us how we can select this display, move the cursor over aircraft, get information about them at the bottom right, and also at the bottom left, we can reassign flight members and donors. So I think he does a little demonstration of how to change who is in your flight and even reassign who is in your donor network, which is really cool. Ite Mangshi, it's nice to see that Eagle Dynamics develop common features in a way that can be implemented across modules quickly. That's the idea. How well it works, I don't know. This stuff eventually makes its way into the into the DCS World SDK. How easy it is for module makers to then implement that in their modules, I don't know. I'd imagine that sometimes it's not simple. Fair FM. I hope they had the ability to designate a donor's target as soy. That would be very cool. Tog, somewhere on planet Earth someone is very interested in videos of people pouring water on keyboards. Yes, you could say that I waterboarded my keyboard. Oh, actually, this is interesting. I never saw this before. These screws on the underside of the upfront controller, I never noticed they have these labels on them. Loosen first and jack screw. Very, very interesting. I guess I've never had my head this low down and zoomed in before in the Hornet cockpit. Poor hub, says Pink Floyd. John Bluer, I have a feeling the next patch might be thick. Wags has stated the next video is a longbow data link, and that's it before the next OB patch. Yes. My understanding is that we're getting a lot of stuff in the next update. The next update might even be 2.8. It might even be 2.9.0 or 2.9.1. I think we're jumping a minor version, so that probably means that we're getting some goodies. DLSS, anyone? It has been demonstrated many times in videos. In fact, this video we're watching now, for all I know, is DLSS enabled. So, yeah, you never know. We might be getting that in the next open beta update. That would be super duper if we do. And there you go. Matt Wagner just reassigned flight member number 4 there. So, very cool to see. Very nice video. As always, check out Matt Wagner's channel. He has a lot of great content on YouTube, and you know, he shows us this stuff first, which is nice to see. Okie dokie. Moving on, we have an update from IndiaFoxtEcho on their Facebook. Please don't use Facebook for communicating this stuff, people. It's not much fun. But in any case, a DCS project update, finally, ... We have not been posting DCS news in a while. Fact is that DCS development is very resource intensive, especially in the coding side, so a lot of work happens in the background, and there were not flashy screenshots to show. Here's the situation on our DCS projects. DCS MB339A. While we have not posted news in a while, we've kept on working on the MB339 for DCS, trying to fix the outstanding bugs and add new features. We are aware that the most annoying bug of this module was a rare nose wheel issue, which could, in certain conditions, cause explosion or critical damage to the aircraft when taxiing. I heard about this one, luckily it never happened to me. Unfortunately, for a very long time, we've not been able to reproduce it. After quite a lot of work, we have excluded all the possible internal and external causes affecting the module, and we finally have isolated the problem and we fixed it. The fix will be included in the next DCS open beta patch. We apologise for the inconvenience. Meanwhile, we're working to add new features. In particular, we're focused on the flight director and a working gun camera, thanks to our friend Grinelli for the tip. We're also working on new key bindings, gun sight for the instructor seat, and the possibility to tune the trim axis speeds. TOG DCS F4. Maybe DCS 3.0. Who knows? Yeah. Well, definitely not DCS 3.0. I've heard it confirmed it's 2.9. But DCS F4 is a maybe? Nobody really knows. I would expect that heat blur would make some noise, though, just before release. So probably not. Johannes, any news on when the next version of GFX engine comes out? Vulkan, DLSS, etc. By the way, love your Harrier tutorials. Thank you very much. I really enjoy making the Harrier stuff. DLSS we will probably see any day now. It could come out at any time. When it comes to Vulkan, we've really not heard that much. I would expect Vulkan is further out. But DLSS, I think, could drop at any time. It's been demonstrated in videos so many times now. It's almost certainly in the internal alpha builds. So I think it will be coming to open beta shortly. Moving on. DCS G91R. We have been working on coding the aircraft systems, electrical, fuel, hydraulic, and pneumatic, to have a solid foundation to this module. We will provide more details in a dedicated post in the not-so-distant future. At the moment, we do not have a release date planned. As usual, it is done when it's done. And also DCS future projects. We have other ambitious projects for DCS, but at the moment we cannot discuss about this. We will disclose our plans once the G91 development will be in a more advanced stage. Now, one thing to note, and this is just me talking here, I have no insider information. What else does IndiaFoxtEcho have out there in the real world? Well, they have the F-35 on Microsoft Flight Simulator. How accurate it is, I don't know. I've seen video of it and it looks good to me. Could it possibly be that one day they will bring us the F-35 to DCS? That would be super duper. Again, this is just me talking out loud. Maybe this would never happen. And they also included some pictures here. So this is the gun sight with a gun camera fitted to the MB339. Looks really cool in my opinion. I like the kind of film grain and so on. This is nice. Really good to see. And then we also have a picture of the Fiat G91, looking very, very fancy indeed. So I think that's everything that we've got in this update from IndiaFoxtEcho. Moving on, we have an article from Stormbirds. Always check out stormbirds.blog, a fantastic source of flight simulation news. Mr. Yeti, what ho everyone. Sorry, late to the party. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. Good to have you aboard. So yeah, some of this stuff I've already talked about, but let's go through all of this anyway. We've got this very nice article here from Stormbirds. The PC-9-A/A, brief status update. With no disrespect intended towards Check 6 simulations, I have to admit that I'd forgotten all about it. We hadn't heard anything about it since then. However, according to Eagle Dynamics, the project is progressing well. So they'll soon be submitting their external and internal 3D modules for evaluation, apparently. F4 and Meteor OST, Heatblur have posted a short message on Facebook in recent days asking us if we've selected a Wizzo yet. The message with screenshot above tells us that Heatblur are polishing the multi-crew aspect and that the F4 will have a full function. It'll have that full functionality from day one. I, for one, never doubted that, as Heatblur are veterans to multi-seat aircraft and the technology is becoming well established. Meanwhile, Heatblur and Meteor's partnership continues from the F-14 into the F-4 with an all-new album inspired by the Phantom and its history. Meteor has been putting the finishing touches in recent days to the 10 tracks that are planned to release with this album. A teaser has been released by Meteor on Facebook, which you can listen to here. I like it a lot so far, and will definitely be carving some crayons with soundtrack blaring. Very, very nice. Let's see here. We've got some messages. Tog, seeing as how everyone's going to be flying the F-35 soon enough, maybe by 2070 if DCS is still a thing. Fair FM, I prefer having, for example, a tornado approaching to the real stuff than a fantasy F-35. Yeah, I guess that's the thing. It really depends on the availability of documentation. I'd be surprised if good documentation is available for the F-35, although it is an export aircraft and it is flown by many countries. So the manuals must be out there, but how much of it is open source is another matter. Trolls, all the planes you talk about now remind me I had just been to Duxford in UK near Cambridge. That is an aircraft and DCS enthusiast heaven. Can warmly recommend it. Good evening, Yogi. Welcome to the stream. Thank you. I am indeed. I'm very well. Fair FM. Yeah, it's way too classified. Yeah. I'm sure you're right. Actually, again, I'm just talking. Here. I have no knowledge of this. Pink Floyd, did you see the videos of the terrain following radar for the F-15E? I did not. I did not see that. I'm assuming, given that it's Razbam, they put it out as a tweet. Again, I hate all of this social media nonsense, but let me have a very quick look and see if I can pull this up on Razbam's Twitter feed, because that would be very nice to see indeed. No, I'm not seeing this. Where was this posted, Pink Floyd? I do not see the terrain following radar. Unless it was on YouTube. I'll have a very quick look on YouTube. Let's see if anything comes up here. Nope, nothing at all. Nothing at all. So yeah, I don't know where you saw that. You should poke me with a link if you have information about where I can find that. Yogi, thank you very much indeed for the contribution. Very, very kind of you. Very kind indeed. Yogi, any update on the Typhoon? No, absolutely nothing. Nothing at all as yet. I think that quite likely we're not going to be seeing anything about that for some time. Pink Floyd, DCS site has 2 videos. Are you talking about the forums? I'm not sure what that means exactly. Or is it the Discord? I wonder. Yeah, if you can guide me towards that, I will certainly show it to everybody. But until then, we'll continue with this update from Stormbirds.blog. So, we have this teaser for the F1BE. DCS Mirage F1BE teaser. Airgis and DCS World videomaker Ismail Yorda have put out a new teaser for the Mirage F1BE. This latest version of the Mirage F1 that Airgis have been working on comes with an all-new backseat functionality that includes a HUD/gun sight repeater. Because the Mirage F1BE doesn't have the integrated cannons that the other Mirage F1 variants do, this aircraft will also debut a new weapon across the Mirage F1 lineup with the CC-420 gun pod. This pod packs a 30mm DEFA cannon, ensuring destruction of aircraft and light ground targets. The Mirage F1BE is planned for the next DCS World Open Beta update, according to the teaser video's caption. Wow. After that, Airgis will have the Mirage F1M as the only remaining promised variant. We haven't seen much about this yet, but the more modern avionics should help bridge the Mirage F1 into more modern era fighting. Amazing. Stiggy Wiggy, damn, joined late, but dinner was needed. Fair FM, I mean, I bet they had some problems documenting the Typhoon FR1. Imagine an F-35. Yeah, true. Welcome to the stream, Sim Taylor. Beats update next week? I don't know what that is. Don't know what Beats is. Beta. Oh, right, okay. Yes, maybe. Hard to say. They haven't announced it yet. Yogi, where is Mr. dotChuckles? Sadly, he's not been on the stream for some time. His workload doesn't allow him to join us at present. Hopefully at some point in the future, his workload will calm down just a little bit. A Nighthawk would be interesting. Oh, yes. Pity they can't add the F1 bomb pylon that the South African F1AZ used. Carried 4 bombs per pod. Mountain Man simulations. Out of interest, 8,000 hours is equal to flying 2 hours a day for almost 11 years straight. Last link was wrong. This shows the TFR. Right. Okay. I don't see any link. So if you could describe where it is, I can try and find it. In the meantime, though, let's jump straight into this fancy video all about the F1BE, which is coming in the next open beta update. Our 3rd variant of the Mirage F1 so far, with a 4th coming soon. If you want to fly a Mirage F1 with your chums, this is your opportunity, because it has a back seat. So let's take a little look at this. Ooh, that's very fancy. I like the monochrome HUD repeater camera thing. Very fancy indeed. Oh yeah. Looking nice. Yeah. So squadrons that fly the Mirage F1 online will now have this as an option for doing training. So you can conduct training in a realistic fashion, which is quite fun. Digital Combat Simulator, Mirage F1BE. Oh my. Thanks for watching. Very exciting. So that looks cool. Really looking forward to seeing that. I think it'll be quite a laugh. So, yes. That's all the kind of the major updates that we have for this week. Quite a lot of stuff dropping. You know, we've got the Mirage F1BE coming in the next update. We've got all this Datalink stuff coming in the next update, including the TDOA system for the harms. We have the announcement of the PC-9/A. We have this new livery for the F-16. Undoubtedly, there's going to be a ton of other stuff and things from third parties as well. So very, very exciting. And who knows, maybe we'll see the F4 Phantom drop soon. Although I wouldn't hold my breath for the next update. I would be surprised if it dropped without any warning. Who's in the Discord? Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd, I don't Discord. Makes my brain hurt. Yes, I totally understand. It's crazy modern technologies. Pink Floyd, DCS F-15E TFR demo on YouTube. Ah, right, okay, let me see if I can find it in that case. You've given me a title to work with. DCS F-15E TFR. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here we go. So somebody called Chwibon2000, who I assume is a Razbam developer, did actually post a demo. This is, let's see if I can get this, see if I can get this queued up. And let's have a peek. So I believe this is the video that Pink Floyd is talking about right now. I like the display. That looks like a realistic terrain following radar display on the right MPCD there. Actually, no, those are just MPDs. Okay, there you go. That's very cool. It reminds me a lot of the system in earlier F-16s. I believe it, in fact, is the same pod and probably the same software. So, here we go. Do we have audio on this? There we go. We can play some audio. I don't think there's any music or anything that I will get in trouble for. Okay, so it's flying in autopilot and terrain following is enabled, and it seems to be working rather well. Now, there's a hill up ahead. What will happen, people? What's it going to do? You can see the rise. It's detected the hill up ahead. You can see the line moving up. It's flying up in order to maintain clearance. That's very cool indeed. And it's also executing a turn on autopilot, while also keeping clear of the hill. That's very, very nice indeed. Fair FM, I hope they release the version with the exoset for some personal reasons. Ho ho ho. And we have the South Atlantic map, so you can live out all of your fantasies. Yes, that would be cool. I wonder if they're intending to include exoset. That would be a really, really interesting weapon for the aircraft. Sim Taylor, cradle to grave realistic training is an interesting option. Sticky Wiggy, lack of weapon variety is why I never bought the F1. I did buy it. I think it's a very, very nice module. Interesting story. I think there will be lots of fanfare from Heatblur first. I agree, actually. They're very good at making really nice trailers, so I'd be surprised if we didn't see something before it comes out. Sim Taylor, I bet the Phantom will be out about Christmas. Could be. Could be. Pink Floyd, that's one of 2 TFR videos. Sorry about the sloppy link directions. No, don't worry about it. We got there. We got there in the end. Cool seeing it reacting to buildings. You can see the choppiness as there are kind of radar dead zones behind the buildings that the radar is picking up. That's very, very nicely simulated. Sim Taylor, seen both myself. Interesting option when implemented. Eagle Wings, glad I could join today. Hello all. Welcome to the stream, Eagle Wings. Very nice to have you aboard. Tog, just imagine the damage these F-15s could do with those new Meteor missiles. Oh, crikey. Well, of course, the F-15E and C are both capable of carrying AIM-120D, as I recall, which are not quite as good as Meteors, but not far off it. They are very, very advanced variants of the AMRAAM. So, I don't think the Eagle is hurting for long-range stuff. Mangash, is it G limited? I don't exactly know how it works in the F-15, but I do recall in the F-16, actually I think I can see the same settings here. You could set different levels of like aggressiveness. So as normal, ECCM, something else, VLC. So yeah, you can tune it for the altitude that you want and how aggressively you want it to maintain that altitude. Sim Taylor, TFR will be a game changer for SAM suppression. Yep. Sadly, us Harrier boys need to do it the old school way. I tend to just fly through valleys at very low level, but I'm hand on stick doing that. So, in any case, that's the terrain following radar video for the Razbam F-15E. Looks rather fancy indeed. Change it to 30 feet and spray him with clusters. Orleans Junkie will have to beg for a fake 120D when Open World comes out. Pink Floyd, looking forward to nighttime bad weather fast and low with the TFR. Yes, that's going to be very cool. Tog, MiG painted out at 120 kilometers or more. Meteor on the way. He never knew what hit him. Yeah, Meteor is deadly, absolutely deadly, and there's not really much of a counter to it. It's pretty extreme stuff, I would say. Nice. Okie dokie. So yeah, a quick channel update. I am still currently working on my tutorials for the Gazelle. I think there's probably only a couple more videos to do for that one. And then I almost certainly will have some more bonus videos for Black Shark 3, for the Mirage, and for the F-15E Strike Eagle. However, I'm very happy to take suggestions when it comes to aircraft to cover next in a full tutorial series. I'm quite interested in the A-10C. I've never done a series on the A-10, so it's completely not covered by me as yet, but I could cover it. Another one I've been thinking about is the Viggen. I think the Viggen is absolutely ripe for a tutorial series. I think it's a fascinating aircraft, given that it's a very, very early implementation of an INS using Doppler navigation to maintain accuracy. Really, really cool system. So I would really enjoy covering that if people were interested in seeing it. I do have my partnership with Razbam. I have a video upcoming. I'm actually hoping to film it tomorrow. We'll see how that goes, pending any IT problems I might have. But as I mentioned before, I'm completely redoing my Field Ops series all about the Harrier, all the way from startup to flying the circuit, flying initial, overhead brake and landing, using feedback from their subject matter experts. So this would be a very, very realistic procedure in the Harrier using the real checklists. And I also have 2 more videos planned for the Thrustmaster Viper TQS throttle, which is really, really cool, and I'm very, very happy indeed that Thrustmaster sent me one to play with. I will have to give it back, sadly, afterwards, but they've sent me one to play with, which I'm very happy indeed about. Thank you very much indeed, Thrustmaster. Also, thank you very much, Razbam, for engaging in this partnership with me. I really, really appreciate it. So, go vegan, says Far FM. Whoa! Tog, Eagle, bring dotChuckles back as the rear seat. Eagle is not ready for a tutorial series, in my opinion. If I started a tutorial series on the Eagle right now, I would probably end up refilming half of it in pretty short order. Johannes, there is a lot of F-16 tutorials out there, but I'm selfish and would still love you to take it on. Well, Johannes, I've got some news for you. I already did a full F-16 tutorial series. Check out the F-16 playlist on my channel, and you will see a full tutorial series in the F-16, and I do intend to keep that updated. I have already done videos updating some of the datalink and radar symbology. Black Hawk mod is out. That's definitely worth a look. I would like to do some more community mod videos. What about the A4 scooter Skyhawk? Yes, that's a brilliant suggestion. Doing a series on the A4 would be great. It's an excellent community mod. I would say it's full fidelity with an EFM. It's absolutely as good as aircraft as that you would pay for, and it's a great way for people to get into DCS without spending any money on aircraft, because of course DCS itself is free, the Caucasus map is included, and you can download the A4 for free. So very good suggestion. Pink Floyd, A10C tutorials would be good, but honestly, Ralphie Dude's series is Oscar-worthy. I don't doubt that. There are probably already people who've done it and done it better than I could. But I do still intend to do a tutorial series on every single aircraft in DCS eventually. It might just take me some time. Tog, I do know Grilling Soundwinder has shown off a modded Meteor missile multiple times in his videos. Yes, he has indeed. I think in combination with the community mod Gripen. I think that's the one he showed off. Yeah, A4 would be very, very cool. The A4 is a brilliant aircraft, and that community mod for it is just stunning. Absolutely stunning. They did great work on it. So yes. Okay, so I'm thinking about either the Viggen or the A4. I'll probably do both at some stage. Sim Taylor, I'd love to see some proper in-depth lessons on the A4. Well, there you go. We're tipping the balance towards the A4. Yeah, that would be a very good one to do. And the A4 is so detailed, and it's just fantastic that it's a community module. Alrighty, moving on, it is indeed time to pimp that VAF. The VAF, or the Virtual Air Force, is a virtual online squadron originally started by myself in dotChuckles many moons ago. It has an opt-in milsim style approach, where you can join us as a freelancer, flying whatever aircraft you would like, whenever you would like, or alternatively you can join one of our numbered internal squadrons and do your type rating and additional qualifications with mandatory training. We currently have squadrons for the Apache, the Harrier, the A-10, the F-15, the F-16, and the F-18. Everyone is welcome to fly with us. Click on the Discord link in chat now if you'd like to jump into our Discord and begin the process of joining us. You're very, very welcome in the Discord whether you fly with us or not. Those of you who... there are lots of people in the Discord who just hang out and have a nice time. So come join the VAF. It's a good time for all. We fly sessions every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 PM UK time, and we're currently doing a campaign of missions. Okie dokie. needed a little bit of water there. So yes, the VAF. Join the VAF now. And if you're watching this after the fact, you'll see our Discord link in the show notes below. So there you go. That is the VAF, the Virtual Air Force. Yeah, if you haven't already, please do me a solid and subscribe, like, and comment. Almost 60% of people who watch my videos are not subscribed. Isn't that crazy? Also, if you'd like to further support the channel, you have the option of joining DeepHack's ground crew for a small monthly fee. Thank you very, very much, those of you who've already done so. It's a huge help to me and to the channel. A big shout out to those of you who have already done so. Harish Rajan, Byron Farrow, Storm Kimbari, Channel Wright, Mangash, J.R. Walker, Chandler Hedgevald, Griff Nizzle, Mr. Yeti, Bread, Tier Zero, Erdinker Tan, Tiger Moto, Sean IM81, Charts, John Bluer, Frantic Stone, Mr. Craptacular, Alex, Darth Urso, and Tea Kettle Barbecue. Oh, and Pink Floyd. Thank you very much, everybody, for your support. Ground crew members have some benefits. We have a Discord server where we can hang out and people have the ability to talk to me if they would like. We also are occasionally doing flying sessions together where all of us can fly and have a bit of fun. So, yeah, that's the additional thing, apart from, obviously, my heartfelt thanks, which you also get as a ground crew member. Sim Taylor, Tier 0, 16 and 18 are different as chalk and cheese. 18 is more in common with the 15. Yep, that's true. And somewhat to the Harrier. They're all McDonnell Douglas Boeing aircraft. Nice. Subscribing is free, everybody. Everyone should subscribe. There's no reason not to. And also you can click on that bell thingy if you want notifications. Sim Taylor on my phone right now will like it when I got to my computer back on its feet in about 3 hours. Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you very much, everybody. Really appreciate that. I've been Deepak. I release a new tutorial video, at least I normally do, every Saturday at 6:30 PM UK time. Currently doing a series on the Gazelle, although that's probably coming to a close very shortly, and that is always followed by the DCS News, which just happens to be this thing, what you're watching right now. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Please subscribe, like, and comment if you haven't already. Fly safe, and I'll see you all next time. Ta-ta.